What's up, everybody? Tweeting and mentioned today with another Marvel Crisis Protocol video, and this time we're going to be talking about Nova and Elsa Bloodstone. I'm sorry, we're going to be combining these two reveals. I should be doing this one at a time, but just been too busy with life, and we're just going to we're just going to combine these two and talk about both of these characters, and have some fun. All right, you guys can do me a favor, like, dislike, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things y'all got to do. I'm always going to have that MCP content for you guys, and then next year, I'm planning some new things for the channel. I'm going to do some more painting streams. Well, I'm going to start doing painting streams, not more. Get more into live streaming with the TTS and all that stuff. Get a little more active with MCP. I've been kind of like whatever this year. It's just been so busy. Life has moved so quickly. Moving and all that stuff. You just run out of time, right? So, but next year is looking up. I'm going to have some more time on my hands, and we're going to be doing some more content. So if you guys can, like I said, do all those things y'all gotta do, and we're gonna have some MCP content for you guys. So let's get into Nova. And he's been talked about a lot. I've already read his card. In my opinion, I think he's a pretty decent character. Do I think he's like a 5 threat that we're gonna be splashing everywhere? No. I think he's a 5 threat that will work well with the Guardians of the Galaxy. With Star-Lord and all that stuff, because you have the flexibility. Well, here's the thing about the Guardians. Them being, the leader being low threat and a lot of the good characters being low threat. Think about this, for example. If your core is just Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, that is 8 threat. All you do is throw in Nova, that's 13, and then from there you figure out the next 4 threat, which is probably Beta Ray Bill, and you're fine, right? That's a 4 threat at 17, and that's what? 5 character wide, and it has a pretty good 5 character wide there. And that's how I see him, right? And he has really good defenses. They're 4s across the board. He's got 7 health. He's a 5. We just talked about the 5 threat. He moves long, so he's pretty fast, right? He is on a small base, not on a big base or anything like that, so he can't do any midline grabs. But moving long and having a range 4 attack that pushes every single character in the game, and as a gainer, it's really good. It has a condition that can hand out Judgment. I think he's like the 3rd character, maybe the 4th, that can hand out Judgment in this game. If I got that wrong, let me know down below. But I'm pretty sure the other characters that can hand out Judgment in this game are Ronan the Accuser and Scarlet Witch. If I got that wrong, let me know. He's the next one, and that's really cool. Now, the only downside to the Judgment condition here is that it's tied to the wild block. And the wild block for me, I don't know if you guys have ever played Corvus. It never really comes up. It's kind of hard, right? It's actually very difficult to come up, and you probably won't see this as often as you think. But it's an option, and it's there. The best part about, this is probably his best attack on the card, which is he pushes any character away small. There's no size restriction on it. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're playing a game on like a D or anything like that, where positioning and getting characters off of secures and points is very crucial. Really good attack, right? You're probably gonna be doing this attack a lot more than you think, versus the range 2 and the spender, right? Because the range 2 attack is actually really good. It's just range 2, and you have to get in there. And when I look at a character like Nova, he has 7 health. He does have 4 defense dice across the board, but there's no DR, nothing like that on him. So he can be pillow fisted, and he can, if he's focus fired, he will die really quickly. I say that just the state of the game and the output that's happening. DR really helps out a lot, and he doesn't have that. Granted, he does have the defensive rerolls, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But the range 2 attack also does throw a size 4, which is really nice, which is like every character in the game outside of Dormammu. Right, so that's the only character that can't be thrown by this, and that's really good, right? And I love control. We all know this. I love attacks that have any kind of control on them, pushes, throws, etc. It doesn't matter. To me, that's really good. So these 2 attacks are really good, and I love them. I absolutely love them. The spender, it's beam 5. This I hate to say this, like I wish this spender were on Scott. I wish Cyclops had this spender. This spender, to me, like screams Scott Summers. Granted, it's on Nova. It's really good, and it's fantastic. After all the attacks are resolved, you place this character within one of the last character that you had targeted. Granted, that part of the attack, I don't want with Scott. That doesn't make any sense to me. The part that I want here is the wild push. Okay, the wild push is what I want for Scott. That would have been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, he places within the last character that you attack. What's cool about the beam is that you can choose which characters you attack first, and you can order it and who's going last. So you can figure out where Nova's going to land last, and that's really, really good and really strong. The wild push and pushing everyone is absolutely fantastic too. On a map E, this will be fantastic. On Gamma, on Demons, you name it, right? This will be fantastic. You can just push the characters away, reposition them, especially characters that have already activated. And why that's really strong on Gamma is that, okay, if they have activated already and you push them and they end up outside of range 2 of the Gamma, well, now they take that extra point of damage, right? So that's really, really strong. Really good spender. Really good attacks overall. There are gainers. There are no builders on here. We're going to get to why in a second. Faster than light, I'm not the biggest fan of. He attacks and then places within 2. I just wish they would have just given him a grappling hook at this point instead of this. I mean, there are 3 threat characters, some other, that have like web swing or whatever. Or Black Cat has the grappling hook, right? And it's not an action. I don't like the fact that this is tied to an action. I understand that he's doing an attack and he places within 2. I just don't think the place 2 needed to be in action. To me, that's just whatever, right? I mean, they could have increased the power cost of this and then like, okay, you can place within 2 and it's not an action. I just don't like it, right? But I mean, I can see some uses for it. You get the attack place within 2. Maybe you can get behind a building or something. Maybe they can't catch you, or you get on top of a building or whatever, right? You can find your uses for this. He does have long range attacks, so you're probably not going to be out of range of a lot of characters when you're constantly doing the range 4 attack. Just me. I don't know. It is what it is. And it has a use, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I just don't like it. Xandarium Worldmind. Now, this superpower, I was about to lose my mind, right? When I read this originally, I thought this was attacks, defense. I thought it was attacks and defense. And I'm like, really? So the rich get richer with the Guardians, huh? Now you get someone in affiliation that can re-roll your dice? Sick. But after reading it slowly and taking my time with it, and I'm glad I didn't do a reveal last week because I would have made that mistake. When this character or an ally character within 3 makes a defense or dodge roll, so this is only for defenses and dodges. This is still good, by the way. This helps out the Guardians with a little bit of, they get the leadership with Star-Lord, with the rerolls. Now they get this too. And this can help them out with survivability, right? Like, let's just be honest here. Some of the Guardians a little pillow-fisted with outside of, if they don't have the 2 rerolls, you can kind of kill them really quickly. And we all know what happens if you don't kill Star-Lord or you don't kill Groot or whatever when you need to. Like, they just pop off that next turn. So if you can help out with their survivability a little bit with this, that's really good. Because now that you're doing all that damage to Star-Lord, oh, wait, you didn't kill him because my rerolls hit. So now you got to deal with the powered-up Star-Lord, and I'm just going to drop you, right? So yeah, when this character or other characters within 3 may spend up to 3 power. For each power spent, you get to reroll 1 defense or dodge die. It can only be used once per turn. So he can use the rerolls too as well. So that can help out with the survivability too. Now, here we go. So Nova Force. After this character makes a move action during its activation, after the effect is resolved, it gains 2 power. And remove all special conditions from itself. Add 3 dice to the next attack roll made as a part of a Nova Burst or Lightspeed Lance. So basically, the spender and this attack here. So this is why a lot of people in the Discord were comparing him to Juggernaut, because Juggernaut has the same thing as well, where he can move and gain power and then gain plus 3 dice and punch someone, right? I don't see that play pattern it's there, right? Like, let's not be dumb here. Like, yeah, right? Like, you probably do that, right? Like, you probably just walk and punch every single time. I just like this attack so much. I mean, I want to double tap with this one, right? I think for example, like Juggernaut, you always want to do that, right? There's a lot of potential there, right? Let's just go through it. Like Juggernaut, he moves, he punches, he gains. Let's say if he spikes, he gains all that power, right? Juggernaut has the option to then push himself 1,000,000 times, okay? Nova doesn't do that. So Nova would move, punch. His attack is a gainer, so it's not a builder. That's the difference between the two. And he just gains 1 flat power, and you could just go ahead and do the first one, which is a throw, which is really good. But now you just put him within range 2, put him in danger, and now he's just gonna get tapped. Like I'm not like I don't think that's the play pattern here. I think doing the Nova Force, you know, I would say is like maybe last activation kind of thing where okay, so you can walk and get within range 2 of somebody and punch them, and then whatever, right? You're fine. You're probably safe. Whatever it is, what it is. Or you see an opportunity where you can throw a size 4, get the extra dice to help you out to raise that get more dice so you can get the throw off and throw someone and burn brace or something like that. I don't see it as a play pattern every single time. And where I feel like this falls short for me, and this is where I talk about the faster than light being in action here, because now if you move and then punch, you can't do faster than light because it's an action. You just did 2 actions, right? So you can't get away. Now, could you move, then do faster than you can move, do faster than light, do the attack, and then place yourself within 2 backwards or something like that. You can do that. The place within 2, will it get you out of danger? I don't know, right? You have to look at the board state and see what it does. It can. I just think Juggernauts is way more entertaining and it's probably better with this play pattern here. Because I see myself constantly doing Gravimetric Cannon is my response, right? That's what I constantly, but that's me, right? But honestly, this is pretty good. This is another way for him to gain power. It's not that this is bad. It's just like the play pattern's kind of weird. I don't know. Like maybe I'm the only one who thinks that. Maybe I'm just wrong there and whatever. And I need to put it on the table and figure it out. So I mean, this is really good. I mean, gaining the power and not just this. You remove all the conditions. So they put like nasty things on you like Hex and Root and all that stuff on you. All that goes away. So that's the best part about it. Like gaining the power and removing all those conditions. Fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. It's really good. So yeah, this is a really good thing. Nova Force is really good. I just think that with this, I don't know. We'll see. We'll put him on the table and we'll see how this goes, right? And because I see myself doing this all the time. I'm just being honest with you. This attack all the time. This attack sometimes, right? With Juggernaut, I always want to. You always have to do the range 2, right? But you have another option here to do the range 4 attack, which is the push, which is very very good. He has flight and he's immune to incinerate. The injured side, nothing changes. He's about the same character. Health stays the same. Everything's all right. So we can move on from here with Nova. He is a Guardians card. He is going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's really cool. Let's go over the tactics cards right quick. Veterans of the Annihilation War. During the power phase, Richard Rider or Gamora may play this card. This round, Gamora gains the following superpower. When this character is defending against an attack or making a dodge roll, it may re-roll up to 2 of its defense dice or dodge dice. That's really good for Gamora. That's actually a really good card. This round, Richard Rider gains the following superpower. When this character makes an attack, so basically this is Warrior of Legend here. If there are 1 or more wild results in the attack roll, it may change 1 die result to a hit. So, pretty good stuff here. I like this card. Is it an every game kind of card? I don't know. But I think with Gamora getting the defensive rerolls and all that stuff, I think that's really good and really strong for her. It helps her out with her survivability. This makes Nova a little more consistent. To drop a character and all that stuff. So that's really cool. So that's nice for him as well. Pretty good card. I don't hate it at all. Call for backup. Now, this is the talk of the town here. I didn't get a chance to really read this card, so we're going to read this together. During this activation, Nova may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose one of the following. Move along, citizen. Move along. Oh, my God. Choose a secure objective token within 2 of this character. Push each enemy character. Oh, now I see why people are talking about this card. This is really good. This card is tied to Nova. You play this card every time. The fact that you push all characters within 2 of a secure token away small, you push them away small, that's huge. That's really good. That is right away, immediately, I read this card, I'm like, immediately, we're playing this card every single time Nova. That's all I needed to see. I push people away. Okay, cool. Perfect. Awesome. Really good. Let's go to the next one. Stop in the name of the law. Each enemy character that is holding an extract objective token gains the slow special condition. Okay. So this is for stopping the runaway with Black Cat and things like that. Making those long characters move small. I'll tell you this right now. Zemo hates moving small, and so does Black Cat. So the minute you do that to somebody, that's crazy. So each enemy character that is holding an extra objective token. So wait a minute. Hold on. There's no. There's no range on this. What the hell? Wait, each enemy character that's holding an extract projection. Damn, dog. That's really good. There's no okay, so there's no range. Like you see this right here. Choose a security token within 2 of this character. There's no range on this. This is insane. That's really good. Stop in the name of law is sick, bro. Like you can hand out slow to every character that's holding an extract, enemy character that's holding an extract objective token, and there's no range to this at all, and it only costs 3 power to do. Damn, bro. And on top of that, this is not an affiliated card. That's really good. You just play this damn card. You play this with Nova, okay? This is the card. Screw this card here. This is cute. This is flavorful. This is for casual day. When you go to a tournament, you play this card right here. This card is nuts. Okay, all right. So Nova has a really good tactics card, and he's a decent character. All right. I like Nova. He's job well done, AMG. I like him a lot. Really good. All right, so let's go to Elsa Bloodstone. I'm really excited about playing this version of the Midnight Suns. I played a few games with Blade maybe a month ago, and I was like, whatever, it is what it is. Like, I really wasn't too excited about it. It's kind of the same play pattern that he's had for a while now. The bump is strong, it's really good, it's cool, but I wanted something different from a leadership perspective, and we're getting that with Elsa Bloodstone. Elsa Bloodstone, 4/3/4, 6 health, threat 4, Jesus, size 2, moves medium. Very good statistics. I mean, another 4 threat another 4 threat leader for the Midnight Sun, so that's good. So they adds someone else that can play a different game. Hopefully, let's go to the builder here. So it's a range 4 physical attack, 5 dice. After this attack is resolved, this character gains particle damage dealt. On a crit, cursing shot, after this attack is resolved, the target character gains a slow special condition. Really good. On a wild Hellfire, after this attack is resolved, the character gains the Incinerate. So she can hand out Incinerate or Slow, 2 really good conditions. Incinerate is absolutely sick. Lowers the defense pool. Slow. Hey, you're moving small now. You're a long mover. Now you're a small mover. So good luck. Blood Gem Blast. Blood Gem Blast. It's a mystic attack, range 3. I can see already. She's like a gun. She's not about getting in there and punching you in the face. She's all about popping her gun, which I really like. Range 3, 6 dice, 1 power cost. During the paid to power step of this attack, this character may spend up to 3 additional power. Add 1 die for each power spent, so you can make this a 9 die mystic attack, which is really good. On a wild degeneration, the target character cannot have damage removed from it during this activation. That is really strong. I like that. So the character cannot remove damage from himself at all. So you think about cards like exceptional healing when it was around, things like that. Odin's Blessing, I believe that counts for this as well. What's another one? It just came out. Instant Recovery. It removes damage from you from the tactics card. So things like that, this can stop. So that's really good. So if you really want to put down the term that's used right now is a kaichus, right? We're talking about the 6 to 8 threat characters that are devastating the game right now. Thor is really putting a number on a lot of people, and so is Thanos, and so is Immortal Hulk, etc. Keep going on and on. Thor has Odin's Blessing. This can stop that for a turn if you're looking to drop him and put him down for good. And same thing with those other characters too. If they have any ways to reduce the power, they cannot now. So that is cool. Apocalypse is another one as well. I believe this works on him too because he does heal right after once he takes damage. So that's really cool. So he's on the list too. He's probably not going to like that. So that's really nice. That's really good. Something different. I like it. Really, 2 really good attacks. Legion of Monsters. Here's the affiliation. Once per turn, when an allied character targets a character with an attack, it may pay 1 power. If it does, the attack gains... Oh, wait. The attack gains your choice of one of the following effects. Okay, really cool. Boom. Before damage is dealt, each other character within 2 of this target character suffers a damage. Sick, and I like it. Okay, so before damage is dealt, each character within 2 of the target character. Yeah. So this is explosive. And what I like about this, it's before damage is dealt. So you can hand out that splash damage, right? Hand out that splash 1. Maybe there's a couple of characters that are hanging on 1 and you couldn't put down. Now they're down. So that's really cool. So it's before the damage is dealt. That's really sick. And they both just suffer, and they're within 2 of that character, so they both take a damage. A lot of people like to bunker nowadays, especially with Namor and Zemo and all that stuff. So I can see this affiliation being really effective there, just to hit those characters that are in that bunker and just to hand out that chip damage, right? Now, granted, you can only do this one time, but if you're getting a lot of activations and you're doing this every single time, like they're slowly getting killed, right? So that's really good. Horrify. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the root special condition. So yeah, as long as you don't daze or KO the character, they will gain root. Simple enough. Silver Bullet. Damage caused by this attack cannot be reduced or prevented by the superpowers team tactics cards. Silver Bullet is meant for the kaijus, right? It's meant for the Thanoses, it's meant for the Thors, it's meant for all those guys, right? They cannot reduce their damage, so whatever's coming their way is coming their way. And that's really good. That's really, 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 really good. What I love about this, and what I wish would happen with Doctor Strange's leadership in the Defenders, is that you don't have to, so far from what I'm reading here, you don't have to land a damage to meet the requirement. You just have to pay the power, you get this effect. And I really wish Doctor Strange's leadership would work that way, or find another way to make it work, because if you do it, granted, the leadership is really, it's on paper, it's not bad. Like, you pay a power, you choose your style of attack, which is physical, energy, or mystic, and if you do a damage, you gain hex, right? But there's so many times where I pick energy and then for some reason they block and it's like I get nothing out of this and I lost the power. It just feels bad, right? With this, you pay the power, you're not missing on anything. You have to make the decision which is the right thing to do and then apply that effect. That's really good. You really don't have to meet any other requirements for it. So that's really sick. I love that. This is a really good leadership. Very fun. Absolutely really good. Run and gun. This character immediately makes an attack action followed by a move action. Cool. So you attack, then move. Cool. All right. Run and gun, baby. Let's go. While this character is defending against physical or mystic attacks, during the modify dice step of the attack, it may use a superpower. This character may reroll any number of its defense dice, including failed results. So really good stuff there. So she, on physical or mystic attacks, so that's fantastic. She's weak to energy, so energy attackers, you're going to have a field day with her. Not being able to reroll those energy attacks, but a lot of the teams nowadays, they use physical or mystic attacks. So, really good. Rerolls help for the consistency, so that's really, really good. Bearer of the Blood Gem. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Man. Sorry. When an enemy character causes this character to gain one or more special conditions after the attack is resolved, the enemy character suffers... Whoa, let me read this slowly. When an enemy character causes this character to gain one or more special conditions after the effect is resolved, the enemy character suffers 1 damage. Additionally, this character cannot be advanced or placed by the effects of mystic attacks or enemy superpowers. Okay, this is really good, okay? The end sentence here is what I like, okay? So she cannot be placed by Thanos' cosmic portals. She cannot be advanced by the Mind Gem. She can be thrown, right? But those 2 are really strong because what ends up happening is when let's say you go up the board and, you're not really wary of Thanos' range and what he could do. I'm just using him as an example, by the way. This is just an example, all right? Don't whatever. Now, you can move up and you're not really that afraid of Thanos, cosmic portaling you, then mind gemming you backwards, and then the attrition starts or whatever, right? So that's really good. That's absolutely fantastic. So you can move up with the board with her a little bit and maybe be a little bit more aggressive. I don't think you want to do that right away because you don't want to lose your leader right away. But you have an option to play her a little bit. You can move her up the board a little bit is what I'm saying. You'd have to sit her back or whatever. You can put her up there and take a shot on someone and start doing leadership or whatever the case may be. And I like that. Also, the fact that if you give her a condition, you take a damage is very sick. So the trade-off, if you give me Incinerate, if you give me Root, you give me Stagger, whatever, you're taking damage along with this. So if you think about it, and you're handing out damage, you're handing out chip damage with Boom and all that, and you're putting this on characters that hand conditions out to you. Well, here's another way. If they go and target into you, or they're going to attack another character, and let's say you do a sacrifice play into Elsa Bloodstone. Not that not to say that you would do that, but this is an example. Let's say you did all that chip damage and that character has to attack Elsa, and let's say you're Baron Zemo and you hit the wild. Well, let's say he's on 1 health left, and you did your attack, the blood goes through, and the blood is not optional. Bleed is not optional. Okay, cool. Well, guess what, bro? You gave me bleed. You only have 1 health left, and you're dead. That is the potential. There's potential for that. That is really good. I could just see that in my head, like how it would play out. That's really good. Absolutely fantastic. I love that. I love everything about this character. It's so different. It's something new. And on top of that, you can now play the tactics card Siege of Darkness with this character too. So that's really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing this a lot. Like, this is the Midnight Suns. I think this is what I want to play as a Midnight Suns. Right? I'm not the biggest fan of the Blade thing. I feel like he's tied to Mortal Hulk too much, and maybe that's just, again, maybe I'm wrong there, but this to me seems more fun, and I think there's more to do with this, right? And I feel like I think she's probably maybe a little bit better than Blade. I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of him as a character. She has action economy, you know what I mean, versus Blade. I mean, he has the move bump, right? He doesn't have a charge or anything like that. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of hers right now. I think I would play her a lot more than Blade. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should. Not saying one is better than the other. I'm just giving you my opinion. Like, reading this, I'm like, yo, I'm excited to play Midnight Suns. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. All right. So now we're done with that. Let's get to the tactics cards. During the power phase, an allied Elsa Bloodstone may spend 2 power to play this card. While this character is not dazed until the end of the round, once per turn. After the first time each turn, an attack targeting this character or another allied character is resolved. If the attacker is within 4 of this character may roll 5 dice. If it does, it deals 1 damage to the attacking character for each crit and wild roll in the result. Wow. This is good. Again, we're getting into the whole chip damage thing, right? Like, I just talked about this. Like, we're doing the boom. She has a thing where she can give you a damage if you give her a condition. You have this. I like it. I'm a fan of this card. I actually like it. I think it's really good. And you add on Siege of Darkness. Like, I'm telling you, like, I like this a lot. I think I'm gonna be playing this a lot next year with the monsters and all that stuff. This is really good stuff. Wow, I cannot wait for next year. We still have a couple of more. I think another reveal to come up. I think Yondu needs to be revealed coming up. So, yeah. Can't wait to read that. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below on Elsa Bloodstone and Nova. Give me your thoughts down below on these 2 characters. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, do all those things y'all got to do. I'm always going to have that Marvel Crisis Protocol content for you guys. Again, happy holidays to everyone out there. Enjoy the time with your family. Be safe. Have fun. Enjoy it, man. Like, spend time with your loved ones, man. Seriously, it's precious time. Take advantage of it. That's all I'm going to say. Take advantage of it. Have fun. Have a good time. If I don't make another video this year, I will see you guys next year for more Marvel Crisis Protocol content, and I will catch y'all on the next one, okay? Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that other good stuff, okay? Take care, guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye.